Welcome back to Championship Court as we get set for our second men's singles semifinal between the top seed Chris Haworth and Ryler DeHeart. DeHeart in the long sleeve at the bottom of your screen, Haworth at the top in blue.
DeHeart getting some early love off the tape right there. He'll take it against Chris Haworth. You take it any way you can against Chris Haworth, Dorian.
We saw John Cangelosi suffer that same fate when it came to the net court. And how about that forehand inside out from DeHeart?
Quick 2-0 lead for DeHeart. Wow.
A smart decision there from DeHeart as he's run off 3 straight to start the match.
Well, he stuck that backhand volley beautifully.
3-0.
Sprays the forehand wide there. A couple of highly accomplished collegiate tennis players squaring off here on the pickleball court. Haworth was a standout at Oklahoma State, while Ryler DeHeart, a 2-time All-American and national champion at Illinois for a brief stint on the ATP Tour. Put that into the net. So Haworth, back-to-back points to get back within 1. Oh, threads the needle with a backhand perfectly.
I mean, that's full sprint to the sideline to get to that ball, too. Nice job by Haworth.
3-3. 3-3. A wide open court.
Ryler DeHeart doing his patent scarecrow up at the kitchen line. Right there as he comes up and just puts both hands up in the air going, where do I go?
Not too much on the serve, makes it 4-all. Where might DeHeart be able to find an advantage against this game of Chris Haworth, Dom?
Let this point develop and just missing. But again, it's DeHeart using his length to his advantage. He gets to the kitchen line, he's long. And as long as he can read Haworth, that's going to be an advantage for him.
DeHeart 6'3", Haworth 6'4". A couple of tall, long players as that push just wide.
All tied up here at 5. Nice little run to get back in it by Haworth. Oh, and DeHart
missed return.
Just hooking that forehand wide.
And DeHart's another one of those players that we've seen really kind of come into his own, it feels like, in men's singles, especially this year.
Yeah, he hits a really clean forehand and keeps him in a lot of points, a lot of games, a lot of matches. There's neither one of these boys rushing to get to that ball on the sideline there.
Listen, we don't have a serve clock. It's fine.
DeHeart laughing. I think he heard me as he's walking back.
Leisurely
again,
little stroll.
Hey, you take it any way you can in singles, any kind of break.
Another error off of the forehand wing gives DeHeart the 1-point lead.
That's a nice roll down the line there for DeHeart. You put some shape on it. It makes it hard for Haworth to volley that last ball.
Oh, DeHeart, another inside-out forehand, and it's going to look different because it's coming off of the left-handed paddle.
Well, and the interesting thing is DeHeart can do it either way. He can go inside out, or he can whip that ball back cross-court. So Haworth's got to respect both of them.
Oh, Haworth finding some space now. And this one could be a very entertaining matchup between these two.
Yeah, again, both big hitters. Again, both long, can get to the kitchen line immediately. Rushing it right there is DeHeart, trying to get to that kitchen line like I mentioned.
Return error makes it 8-all. And both students of the game as well, they really understand how to construct points to give themselves the best advantage, as Haworth knew to take it right back down the line.
Well, it's the same ball. And Haworth had this ball earlier. DeHart's a great return, hard down the line. Haworth dead sprint, flattens out this two-handed backhand down the line for another winner.
DeHeart can't make the pickup as Haworth takes the 2-point lead.
Again, just trying to be a little too perfect with that ball right there. But Haworth does that to you. He forces you to try and be perfect because he gets everything.
Can you tell you and I have worked together long enough? Because I was going to ask you exactly why, and you answered my question before I asked it. And then Haworth comes through with the winner.
Well, what you're seeing Haworth do is Haworth is finding the backhand side of DeHeart right now. So he's finding that backhand side and finding some success down that line to the right side of Ryler DeHeart.
Why is it, though, that Haworth is targeting that backhand side? What does he feel like he can exploit?
Well, it's not even that he can exploit anything. It's I don't want to go to the DeHeart forehand. It's not exploiting the backhand, but I'm going to rather have DeHeart punching the backhand rather than punching and swinging away at that forehand. So it's a tough decision, but again, it's a higher percentage for Haworth going to the backhand side because DeHeart is sitting heavy on the forehand.
DeHeart got off to a good start, took the early 3-point lead, trading points since then. Haworth able to pull away a little bit prior to this timeout. What does DeHeart need to do coming out of this timeout to get back to those first couple of points?
Well, again, he's got to make sure he can try and hit that forehand. If he can hit that forehand, that's going to be his advantage. See, that's a good setup right there, right? So Haworth goes to the backhand. DeHeart volleys the backhand, just punch blocks. Then he opens up the forehand side for the winner.
12-8 in favor of the top seed. Too deep in the court for the DeHeart forehand. And all Chris Haworth right now here in game number 1 as he has opened up a 13-8 advantage. Winner of this match moves into Championship Sunday where they will face Grayson Golden, who took down Jack Foster in straight games. Haworth just ripping the forehand.
I mean, it's textbook right now because what you're seeing now is DeHeart kind of leaning on that right foot in the backhand side because Haworth has hit so many that way, and now all of a sudden he's got to protect it.
A service error as Haworth went a little bit bigger on game point number 1.
Why not?
9-14.
Oh, nice ball right there from DeHeart, just keeping that forehand in.
Catches the back line. And we've seen this frozen 14 be an issue for some players today as Haworth misses the return.
Yeah, you get that cushion. You're frozen on 14, can only win on your serve. So DeHeart can catch up here.
That time overcooked it, gives Haworth another opportunity at taking game number 1. Haworth finds some space for the winner as he takes game number 1, 15-11 over Ryler DeHeart. The top seed 1 game away from punching his ticket to Championship Sunday.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours. Because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hip. If I had to describe it in a few words, I would say it's a must, it's effective, and it's stylish.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious. With better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Chris Haworth 1 game away from moving into Championship Sunday. Haworth in pursuit of his 7th men's singles gold medal on tour this season. As that off of the paddle of DeHeart sails wide.
It's just so pretty. Like his stroke is just so pretty. Like down the line, the backhand, the forehand.
A missed ball. I would say that it almost looks effortless. I know it's not, but the fluidity of his strokes makes it look like he's not putting that much effort behind it.
100%.
Another missed return there as Haworth has flipped the script here in game number 2, running off the first 3 points.
3-0.
Backhand cross-court winner was a thing of beauty.
We'll just dialed in right now. He's picking up where he left off in game number 1. And like you said, flipped the script. DeHeart had a 3-0 lead in game number 1, and now all of a sudden it is Chris Haworth taking control early.
4-0.
That time puts the forehand in the net as DeHeart gets on the board.
Well, nice job by DeHeart keeping that ball low at the feet of Chris Haworth.
Missed return. DeHeart had to go 3 games in his quarterfinal against Kwando.
Nice job there from DeHeart getting Chris Haworth on the run, finally setting up a point that he could take control of.
Match a game of runs, 3 straight from DeHeart. Couldn't quite cut it enough side out. Haworth really pushing DeHeart back off of that baseline a couple of times in that rally.
Rushed it. Wasn't as smooth. Kind of got a little irky-jerky there. He's got to slow himself down. Just stay smooth like he has been.
Is that an analytical term, irky-jerky?
100%.
Easy placement there for Haworth, putting it on the feet of DeHeart. Top seed on top of Ryler DeHeart, 6-4 here in game number 1. Haworth took the first 15-11. That made it 3 consecutive games. Is that just on the line? 3 consecutive games Haworth has taken 15-11.
Unreal. Again, that's luck right there. You can't call that. It's very tough to say, I'm going to win every game this way, especially in rally scoring. Ooh.
That time misses it.
DeHart still here within 2.
And taking a page out of the Haworth playbook with the swinging volley.
Well, that swinging volley through midcourt, it's not something new, but it's something you're seeing a lot of players working on now and really focusing on that. A lot of players do and used to always take that ball out of the air, but not with much success. Now you're seeing much more success with that shot. Nice drop shot cross court there from DeHeart to even things all up here at 7 apiece. Game 2.
3-point run for DeHeart. Oh, Haworth finding the last fraction of an inch.
Oh, that's dirty cross court backhand from Haworth to slow the momentum of Ryler DeHeart.
If you're DeHeart, how demoralizing is it? You play a good point and then your opponent catches the tail end of the line and then rips a winner like that.
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, sometimes you got to tip your cap to your opponent and be like, hey, nice shot. And that's the last 2 right there, the backhand cross court dink winner and then the forehand rip winner.
Haworth misses the forehand, keeps DeHeart within 1.
Oh, DeHart knew he was in trouble from the beginning. As soon as Haworth hit it, he was grunting trying to get there. That's a good cross-court drop from Haworth.
Absolutely falls off the table.
10-8.
Great effort from DeHeart on the first, but it set up the alley for Haworth on the second.
Well, I like where Haworth goes with this. He doubles up to the same side. After he gets DeHeart off balance on the forehand, instead of going back right at him or to the opposite, he just doubles up to the forehand side, finds a winner.
DeHeart takes the timeout, trailing 8-11 here in game number 2, down 3, down a game. If you were in DeHart's corner right now, what would you tell him about what he needs to do moving forward out of this timeout?
Well, again, it's similar to what we saw in the first semifinal with Foster and Grayson Golden, where Chad and I were talking about getting the ball down to Grayson Golden's feet by Jack Foster. I'd like to see Ryler DeHeart drop in a ball like at the feet of Chris Haworth. Just get it down, make him play it off the bounce, then come in and attack that fifth shot after he plays the ball off the bounce. But again, easier said than done. Chris Haworth, every bit of 6'3", 6'4", it's hard to get anything down to his feet, especially when he gets up to the kitchen line and controls it.
Is the inability to find the feet more about the decision-making of DeHeart, or is it the shot-making of Haworth?
I think it's the execution of DeHeart. What can DeHeart do? Can he execute? He's got to be able to execute here. And again, I think he can do it. He's just got to attempt it. We haven't really seen much of that attempt.
A great effort from DeHeart, but again, Haworth puts it just out of reach.
Again, it's the grunting of Ryler DeHeart. As soon as Haworth hits this, he's grunting because he's trying to get to a spot, and it's tough because he hits a perfect spot, does Haworth.
12-9.
Oh.
Just clips the tape.
You hear DeHeart, and I'm watching him because he's facing us right now in the booth, and as that ball hit the tape, it was like, oh, thank God. Sigh of relief.
Take it any way you can get it. Oh, what a pickup, but it just sails wide.
I thought that pickup was going to drop, but a good job there on the backhand of Ryler DeHeart getting that ball to bounce.
A smart decision by DeHeart, forcing Haworth to pick a side before putting it away.
Yeah, nice job. He kind of, watch him here and watch him look up. Looks at Haworth, makes him commit, then finds the spot.
Lots of patience by the veteran, Ryler DeHeart.
11-13.
Oh, that ball right on the line as DeHeart looks down.
Just catches the back edge, and it gives Haworth a match point on serve. DeHart's going to take another timeout here.
Well, I like it. You know, you get the timeouts. You don't get a refund for them.
Right.
Might as well use them here as DeHart's going to, as Haworth has a match point on his paddle to try and punch a ticket to Championship Sunday, where his doubles partner awaits. Chris Haworth and Grayson Golden, doubles partners. Both of them have figured it out on the double side, or on the single side. They're coming along on the double side.
I was going to say, there was never a question about whether or not Haworth and Golden were going to figure it out on the single side. Both come in as very established singles players coming over for collegiate tennis. Grayson Golden actually played for Ryler DeHeart. That's how insular the circle is.
15 seconds. Receiver, no timeouts remaining. Server, 2 timeouts.
Haworth coming back out of the timeout with match point on his paddle. 14-11.
Time in. 14-11.
Oh, Scarecrow again. He's doing the Scarecrow. Ryler DeHeart out there at the kitchen line, puts both hands up.
And just in time for Halloween as well.
It's perfect. Fights off a game point.
Can't cut it. Gives the serve back over to Haworth. It'll be match point number 2.
14-12.
Oh,
Pushes the forehand wide, and Chris Haworth punches his ticket to Championship Sunday. He will be playing for gold as he's through in straights. We will hear from the top seed when we return here at the Al APP Newport Beach Open.
This is what you're waiting for. Get ready to ride.
14-12.
involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
In this city, flavor is a way of life. And every dish is a work of art. La Victoria, inspired by LA flavor since 1917.
Welcome back to Championship Court. The top seed, Chris Haworth, is moving on to Championship Sunday in search of his 7th men's singles gold medal this season. Chris, we saw you in Game 1 really go after that backhand of Ryler DeHeart. What was it that you saw and felt like you might be able to exploit there?
Yeah, you know, most of the guys out here prefer their forehands. Ryler being a lefty kind of changes the whole strategy of the game. But, yeah, I was just trying to hit my spots a little bit more there. But, yeah, just trying to play my best.
So casual about it. Before we came on, you were talking about how good that you felt out here moving in your game. What have you liked the most about the way that you've played today?
Yeah, the conditions are perfect here. You know, I love Southern California, so I'm just glad to be here. Glad it's the last tournament of the year. Yeah.
Well, you already have 1 gold medal in SoCal this year. To get another one, you're going to have to go through your doubles partner, Grayson Golden. What are you looking forward to about that matchup?
It's always a fun match with him. You know, we're friends, go to dinners together and stuff. We're playing doubles together here, so hopefully it's not our only final of the day.
Well, Chris, congratulations. We will see you on Championship Sunday. And coming back here on Championship Court, we will have our first women's singles semifinal.